Hello everyone, I am Beth Golden, and today we are going over the very last and final topic in our series about content and creative influencers. Pretty much a nice little overview of things that you probably want to know, things that we haven't always talked about in the creative industry because it's considered, I don't know, some people just don't like to. It's like, I don't know. I'm spilling it though, I'm letting y'all know. So, for the fifth video today, we're going to talk about the most important thing you can do as a content developer. This may shock you, but this is by far the most important thing for you to do. This is something that has taken me years to wrap my head around, and I struggled with it, but you need to build your own brand. That is by far the most important thing you can do as a content developer, is be you. Be you. Build your own brand. You are your brand. Beth's Golden. That's my brand. That sounds so goofy, but it is. Okay? And there are a couple reasons on why this is so crucial. This all, of course, is my opinion. I by no means am a specialist. It's just kind of where I'm at. 15 years ago, 20 years ago, when companies started to, Taunted Angels, for example, when that first came out, that's the one I can think of. I remember searching everything to find Taunted Angels, and oh my God, these companies came up with these blogs, and I followed those blogs, and I got ideas on how to use those products, and it was wonderful. That is really where design teams come from. And where content creators kind of got their roots in this industry is from serving on those design teams. Well, back then it was cool. You could get these great ideas. You put a lot of faith into them. They had a great deal of integrity wrapped up in them. And, you still kind of had the real world going on over here. You still could go shop for it at your local craft store, and things like that. That was still big. But fast forward to today, when everything is, I hate to say it, but we're getting into kind of a depersonalized world. And we can shop on Amazon for everything. We can have our groceries delivered. We can have our takeout delivered. I can have a Jamba Juice delivered. I can call Uber and do an Uber Eats. I never have to leave my house. I could leave the money for the person that is delivering my food under my mat and not even have any kind of human connection for the rest of my life. That is where we at. We can do everything online. And what I have noticed is when I do content creations for companies that are exclusively for their channel, and I just kind of revamp it to put it on my channel, those company channels are only getting maybe 7 to 12 views at the most. But when I put it on my channel, I get 10 times to 100 times that many. Why? People want a personal connection. We are in a time in our life where we are totally loving not having to have a relationship with anyone really, because relationships are hairy and they're sticky and you get hurt and they're hard. And we don't like things that hurt us, and we don't like things that are hard. So a lot of us have just turned to the internet, turned online. We're getting everything through online, through the internet, having it delivered to our house. We don't have to have a personal connection with anything. And guess what? We are starving for a personal connection. You can't get a personal connection through a company. You get a personal connection through a person. People are starving for it, and they should. I want people actually to get out of their house if they can. It's different if, like, my grandma was a shut-in and she couldn't get out. And so, yeah, that's a little bit different. But I'm talking about people like myself who can get up and go out and do things. I really think that you should. I think it's healthy. I think a lot of depression that we're seeing in our youth is because we're all hiding behind our screens. A lot of the bullying that are going on is because people are they just can say things behind a screen because it's not personal, but it still hurts because it is personal. So I think that the industry is going more towards using content and creative designers who are people, because that's what we are, we're people, and who have built relationships in online relationships with their subscribers and their followers who turn into their friends. So it is so important that you build your own brand because you need to remain your own personal and keep that personal connection. People are following you for you. Yeah, you may be really talented. You may be able to teach and all that, but they're there for you. At the end of the day, if they think that you're a dick, they're not going to follow you, or they're going to follow you and laugh. I don't know. Maybe they will. Maybe they like that. I kind of like the asshole personality. Iron Man and Deadpool are my favorite superheroes because they're cocky assholes. I mean, come on, so who knows? But they're following for you. So it is so crucial that you develop your own brand. And I think that the companies are going to start to notice that. They're going to start to notice, hey, we're sending this person a whole bunch of products. They're posting, but we're not seeing much from that. They're going to care about that bottom number if they're making money off of that or not, you see? Then they're going to notice, hey, this person has an affiliated link. This same person has an affiliated link on their website because it's their post on their brand. She just sold $500 worth of paint. But yet that practically same video over here didn't sell anything. They're going to notice that, and they're going to start to go to your content and your creative influencers, and they're going to want you to put their stuff on your channel because you are personal. You are a real person. People have connected with you. You can connect. That is why you need your own brand. That's one of them. That's the main reason, really. Plus, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket because that basket may disappear tomorrow. For example, I'm going to tell you a little story right now that happened recently. This is some tea for you all. Canvas Core Brands, who is the mothership of Taunted Angels and Seven Gypsies, has recently been dissolved. Now, I was on the Canvas Core Brands design team for about two and a half years. I love their design team. Taunted Angels was bought over by Canvas Core several years ago, and they really continued on with that line. And Canvas Core Brands Canvas Core Brands is like the substrate. They did like the canvases, the burlaps, the aprons, things like that, okay? And then Seven Gypsies was, they're iconic, and so is Taunted Angels. Well, they had some things go on, and they sold the company, which it's business, that happens. There's no hard feelings. It's not personal. And the new company that bought it dissolved it, which means they basically bought it probably just for the land and for their equipment that was used to create substrates. And so they're no longer around. What happened to the design team? We're gone. There is no design team anymore. Could you imagine if I was exclusively a design team for Canvas Core Brands and Seven Gypsies and Taunted Angels the last 2.5 years, and that's how all of my followers and subscribers, that sounds so weird, found me, and that's what they followed me for, and all of a sudden that one company that I put all my eggs in is gone? It literally happened in like a course of a day, we found out. That would have been devastational. That would have been devastational to me. I would have had an identity crisis and be like, oh my God, who am I? Okay, so you have to, it's so crucial that you don't just design for one company. You can design for one company, but you also need to take time to play with other things that you enjoy and put that out there too. That's very important. That shows off your personality. It shows off your style. It makes you more well-rounded. Plus, I think it really stretches your creativity, and you're not locked in. This whole thing with Canvas Core Brands and Taunted Angels, am I upset? I'm going to miss it. I love it. I still have a bunch of their products. You're still going to see their stuff on my channel by all means, but that wasn't the end all for me. I have other things that I work on, and so you need to do that too. You need to definitely take time to do things you enjoy doing. And then the other thing that's kind of opposite this is don't don't design for every company that comes your way. You have to leave time to create for your own content and things you're passionate about. I always get concerned when I see a designer that's on more than 3 design teams. Um, that to me is alarming, um, because I know how much time that takes. I've been on as many as 5 at a time, and I was able to maintain it okay because of the different criteria on it. And I shouldn't say 3 or more. I mean, when you're on like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, that is, I'm questioning, I'm just questioning the quality of your work at that point. I don't think that you can create for that many teams and be successful. I also am, I'm also wondering, why you need to be on that many teams at that point. That's just to me is excessive. And I know for me, again, this is all from my point of view. We all have our point of view. You could disagree, and that's fine. I know for me, my best work has been recently, and that's when I've really narrowed down who I'm with, and I have time to do my own stuff, and I've been able to focus, and it's been really good. So definitely don't put all your eggs in the same basket, but also don't have 12 eggs and put them in 12 baskets. I think if you have 12 eggs, then maybe put them in 3 baskets, 4 in each. Or I should say 3 in each and then 3 in your own basket too. And that way, if something happens to one of your baskets, you're not up, chicken coop road. I don't know if that makes any sense, but you see what I'm saying? Okay. The other thing is you need to invest in yourself. Crafters, we are exceptionally thrifty. We love to take junk and turn it into just awesomeness, which is so cool. But with that, we're also exceptionally cheap. Sometimes we can be cheap to a fault. You need to invest in yourself. I will never understand why people gripe if they have to pay for a blog or if they have to pay for a service. When I went to school to be a teacher, I had to pay for my college, some of it. Like, I did get some scholarships and some grants, but I had to take out loans. I had to invest in myself. Don't you invest in things you believe in? If you want something to grow, I've never known a company just to be able to grow and be successful without putting anything out. Like, your time and talent, you may be super talented, but if you don't invest in yourself, you're not going to get as far as if you would. So don't be scared. Be wise with it, but don't be scared to put money in yourself. There's nothing wrong with that. So there's a couple different ways that you can do that. It's some good investments. SEO companies are a really great investment, but you have to be careful depending on what you want to do with your brand. There's some SEO companies that will come in and basically run your website, do everything for you, but they charge like $600 a month. Now, if you are not a company of more than just yourself, that is too much. That's not worth it. But there's also another company that comes in, and for like $30 a month, they'll take a look at all your social media accounts, they'll evaluate everything, and then they'll tell you where you need improvements. And with that, they help you get followers, but not the followers that you buy. It's an organic growth. They go, hey, you need to go through and change your grid on this. Your stuff needs to be more personal. You need to change your wording up here. You need to use these hashtags. And with that, you start to grow. That is a good investment. One thing that people try to do is they try to buy followers. That is not an SEO company, and that is a bad investment, and you could actually lose your YouTube channel and your Instagram account for doing things like that. It's really dangerous. And basically what it is some company will say, we're going to give you 10,000 followers for $10. What they do is they dump a whole bunch of followers on your account within 2 days, and they're all fake accounts, and Instagram puts a red flag up and they go, what? And they shut down your account, as they should. You want an organic growth. That's real. I've said it a lot. You want to be personal. You want to have a community. In order to do that, you need real people. So having an SEO company come in and say, hey, you need to do this or you need to do that to help you attract people to follow and, have a relationship with online, that's a good thing. Those are good things. That's a good investment. All right. Something else to invest in yourself, something that makes me laugh is when people go, I'm not buying that. That should just be provided for me. Because, I'm a social influencer and I'm me. That's some bullshit. Oh, please. Okay. Am I going to buy, would I buy it if I wasn't an influencer? Yeah. Why wouldn't I just buy it? Buy products that you love. If you aren't on their design team and you really like something, go out and buy it. I'm not on the Copic design team. I like all the Copic markers, but I didn't sit back and put it with my ego out to here and go, I should just give it to me because I am who I am. Hell no. I went out and bought it. Buy what you love. Do what you love. If it's your hobby, and that's what cracks me up is when people take this from hobby to influencing, they don't think they should have to buy anything ever. I don't think that. I think if I don't work for the company and I want something, I should just, and I really want it, I should just buy it because what am I doing? I'm just sitting on my hands. Buy it. Just buy products that you love and showcase it. There's no harm in that. That doesn't, in fact, I tend to be influenced more by people who bought something because I know that it's going to be a truly honest review versus someone who was provided something, because they kind of have to say what they have to make it look good because it was given to them. They're an ad at that point. So for me, I don't care if I have to buy it or not. That's fine. I'm going to play with it anyway. Might as well play with it on camera and share, right? So buy products that you love. That's another way you can invest in yourself. Also, education. Go down and do those classes at your craft store in which they teach you a new technique, a new art. Always educate yourself. I don't like to watch a lot of videos that are super similar to some of the things that I do because I'm so scared that I'm going to copy what they're doing. So whenever I am influenced by another YouTuber, I always make sure that I give them credit. But it's so important that you stay educated. That's where you get creative ideas. So make sure that you take those classes. Don't be scared to pay for them. Again, think of it like college. You have to do that anyway. Nobody really balks about that. Invest in yourself. That's okay. Also, the other thing is organic growth. I just recently touched on this. I had someone get real critical with me. She was nasty. Because I didn't want to, I don't listen to everything that everyone tells me. And she got critical of me and said that my live videos were a failure and yada, 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 and so on and so forth. But what she didn't take into consideration is she had like close to 10,000 viewers and subscribers, and I'm just under 2,500. And so in proportion, when I actually, because it really irked me to have this person attack me because I don't have as many views as she does. And she's been, she grew her channel before I did. I was into blogging, and I actually had another channel that I was quite successful in with breeding Goldens, and we all have our story, right? So it wasn't really fair of her to come after me like that. But when I went back and I looked at how many viewers, how many subscribers she had, and how many average viewers she got per video, her percentage was way lower than mine. So, and I hated having to do that, but I was really struggling with my self-worth and if I wanted to go on YouTube because this person hurt me, and I know. Don't let him get to you, but I am human and it does hurt, and relationships get messy. People are messy, and so anyway, don't compare yourself to others like that. Don't do what I did, definitely. But it's an organic growth. It takes time. It really does. And in order to have a successful video or a successful business, I should say, it takes like 5 years to finally start making money on it. The first 1 and 2 years, you're usually upside down. Year three, you might be getting closer to breaking even. Year four, you're starting to break even. If you're not, you really need to reconsider your business. And year five, you're going to start to pull in some kind of profit. So just think of that. The people that have grown overnight usually have hired staff, and they're not just themselves. Let me just say that. Usually they've hired, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's totally nothing wrong with hiring a staff if that's what you want to do, and if that's how you best operate, and if you have the ability to do so, oh my gosh, go for it. As long as you're authentic and genuine, I don't care if you got a staff or not. I'm a one-man show, so that's just kind of where that is. Now, with that being said, as I chased some rabbits there, okay, so about the organic growth, you're gonna, and how you do that is through, you can hire an SEO company like I suggested previously, and they'll help give you some tips, which will do it. Do collaborations with other YouTubers and bloggers. That's where I've noticed that a lot of my subscribers come from, is they discover me through hops, and that's okay. So do those. I like to do like 2 a month. I think they're a lot of fun, and I am trying to grow mine. That's why I always say share, because it totally helps me out. And so, yeah, so definitely do collaborations with others. Be consistent. Decide how often you're going to post and do it. That'll help you also get an organic growth, and it'll keep you accountable. You're not going to grow if you flake. You're never going to grow if you flake. I know someone who writes a book, and they've been authoring a book forever, and their Facebook page has been stuck at the same number. They don't have hardly any followers, and it's not because their book's not good. It's because it's not a priority, and they just do it in their spare time, and that could be once, like 3 times 1 week, and then you don't hear from them for 4 months, and then you hear from them every day for a month, and then you don't hear from them for a year. That's not going to work. You have to be consistent, and you have to be persistent, and there you go. All right, so the next one is keep your videos to the point. Don't show, like in our industry, so what I mean by that is don't show like cutting. If you have cutting that you need to do, I don't like to edit videos, clearly, because it's just my computer. I had my nice computer that I edited on took a dive, and so it's challenging for me right now. So I've had to kind of rework this, and what I do is I actually create a project. I create the project, and then I go back and I create each step so that as I'm doing the video, I can start off with, like, let's say I have something I want to color. So I can show how, start that and talk about what I'm going to do. Then I can pull in the colored image that's already done, because they don't have to see me color the whole thing if it's not a coloring video. Then from there, let's say I need to trim the image. Then you can say, okay, right now you're going to trim out the image. Then instead of having them watch me, waste their time watching me trim the image, I pull in one that's done. So you need to make sure you edit your video, or make sure that you edit yourself, and you don't have a lot of just wasted time, because people will just turn you off. And I mean, I can understand. Do you really want to watch paint dry? Nope. So that's important too on your lives. And I've been guilty of, and this happens when you're on a live, you think you have everything you need, and then, oh my God, I forgot my heat gun. And you have to go run and get it because you're live. That happens. There's some forgiveness in that, but on the same token, you don't want to make it a habit. You really want to try to have everything together, run things smoothly, and be considerate of your viewers' time. As I ramble. Keep your, let me see. I don't know what this meant. Okay, keep your schedule, and also make sure that you schedule days off for yourself. This is your hobby, and it's so easy just to do this 7 times a week because you love it, but you really need to schedule time off to reflect, and in those times off, you'll be able to get more influence. You'll be influenced by things around you. You'll get some ideas, and it'll give you a break. And I always come back after my breaks very much so refreshed. For me, even though you see things that are posted on Monday, and things may be posted on my Instagram, usually I take Mondays off. And I'm doing, other things. But make sure you take time off for you, all right? And the last thing is do what you enjoy and don't judge others because they do it different. This is a creative industry. We all are artists, and that it can be interpreted as different ways. So it's so crucial that you stick to who you are. Again, it's your brand. People are following for you. And if they hate you, make sure they hate you because of you. You don't want them not to like you for not a good, something that's not true. That's my thought, at least. So always, always, always do what you enjoy. If you don't enjoy it, then reevaluate it. See if there's something that you can tweak so that you do enjoy it. I really think that in life you have to work and you have to make sure you enjoy everything. And I'm not saying that you're going to just have the great job all the time. In high school, I had to start working when I was 12, and I remember I had to be a fry cook on the weekends, and I did not enjoy being a fry cook. But you know what? I thought about what that job was allowing me to do. It was allowing me to put gas in my tank and things like that. And so I learned to enjoy it and appreciate it for that reasons. So if you're working for a design team and you have some stuff out there that you just don't like, just find something about it that you do enjoy and run with it. And same thing with your channel. If you enjoy doing something, by all means, don't give it up. One of the biggest mistakes I did coming back into the industry was I was told that my scrapbooking is not where it's at, and I gave it up, and I was sad for about 2 years. I have since gone back to it. I share it on my blog. You might see me put a layout or two together on my YouTube channel, but I've gone back to it. I've been happier. People enjoy it because I enjoy it. So make sure you do what you enjoy. And just be you. Just be you. Everybody is different. We all are here with qualities that others like and dislike. Nobody's going to like you all the time. Nobody's going to hate you all the time. Just be you. You just have to be true to you. Make sure you keep your integrity. Keep who you are. Don't judge others because they're different. That just shows insecurity. All right? Just be you and have fun with it. Run with it. Be so busy doing you that you don't have any time to look around to compare to anything else. What other people think about you is really none of your business. That is the best piece of advice I ever got. I really hope that you enjoyed this series. I know that I chased some rabbits. I did try to have some notes to keep it concise, but you know me. I just go and go and go. And I have to say this, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please go ahead and do so. Also, make sure that if you have any questions, leave them down below. If you want to see me talk about something further or further explanation on something, please make sure that you provide that information, ask that question for me down below, and I will do my best to work that into the schedule or at least get back to you. Until next time, I'm Beth Golden, and let's get back to crafting.